Hey, it's Dr. Meyer, and today I am doing a Happy Mammoth review on the channel. If you haven't heard of Happy Mammoth, they are a supplement blend, or they have supplement blends for perimenopause, menopause, gut stuff that has to do with hormone changes. So I'm going to go over all their products and give you my take on them. Thanks so much for joining me. If it's your first time, welcome. And if you're coming back, thanks so much for being here again. I'm Dr. Shelley Meyer. I'm a functional medicine doctor, family doctor, and registered dietitian. And on this channel, I talk about gut health and hormone health. Lately, I've been focusing more on that perimenopause transition. And if you need more information about what that means, I have tons of recent videos on that. And today we're going to focus on a supplement company that heavily markets on Instagram and social media, and look at their reviews, look at their products. They're very popular products and they're called Happy Mammoth. But before we do that, be sure to hit the like button, the subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and share this video out if you feel like anyone else you know would benefit from it. I try to post videos on Fridays. I have taken a bit of a holiday break here and I had a bit of a mishap with YouTube last week, but I'm back on track. And as I said, I'm a functional medicine doctor. I have my own practice in Denver, Colorado, where I work with women all the time on perimenopause and menopause and hormone fluctuations and balancing their hormones. So lots of experience in this, and I wanted to give you a doctor's take on these supplements, which are super popular. So let's dive in. Their most popular supplement is the hormone. I'm going to be looking at my computer while I do this because I can't memorize all their ingredients. So Hormone Harmony is their most important. And what they say on their site and in their ads on Instagram and other social media sites is that it supports hormone balance. It relieves symptoms of menopause. I would adjust that if you've looked at any of my videos in my information, adjust that to be perimenopause, because this one more addresses that, but it could be that gap between that second phase of menopause, or second phase of perimenopause, and first phase of perimenopause, where it supports you when you're going through that transition. But then when you're postmenopausal, which is when you're a year past your last menstrual period, this may not be the product that you want to use. But in that transition period leading up to it and right after you pass into menopause, maybe this would be good for you. They also say it supports cortisol, estrogen, and progesterone levels, and that's important. I have lots of videos on that. Promotes healthy weight loss and curbs carb cravings. That's important because I have videos on the weight gain that happens in perimenopause and menopause, and it's real, and the average is about 7 to 10 pounds. So anything we can do to kind of combat that and feel good while we're doing it is a win-win situation. And carb cravings can be a part of the perimenopause transition because our hormones are shifting so much, and carbs can be a quick source of energy. So our body thinks we need that energy, and we might not. As far as might not need it in carb form. Improves sleep quality. So sleep quality I talk about a lot on the channel. Sleep quality definitely suffers during perimenopause and in postmenopausal states. You can find yourself waking up because of the hot flashes or night sweats. You can also find yourself waking up between 3 and 5 in the morning. Is a pretty typical perimenopause wake up time, and that can be because the estrogen and progesterone changes. So it's nice to find something that would help with that. Reduces occasional bloating and gas. Nice. I mean, I talk about gut health a lot, and gut health and hormone health are more related than people think they are. And if you're struggling with that, I do recommend checking out my gut health playlist. There's lots of SIBO and dysbiosis, so imbalanced gut bacteria videos, or see your provider about this also. Relieves hot flashes. Those are a big problem, particularly as you go from phase 1 to phase 2 of perimenopause. If you need to learn more about the phases, check out, you'll see on my playlist, on my description, a playlist, and there'll be one that has to do with the phases. And then relieves mild mood swings and boosts energy. So let's look at what they have, and I'll put screenshots on here also. So their first ingredient is Maca Root. They have a Balance complex, that has Maca Root. It has broccoli sprout, chaste tree berry, which is Vitex that I talk about a lot, and ashwagandha and wild yam extract. So if you've seen my other supplement, I have a supplement video for perimenopause, and that's a really good video. You can check that out. It does mention, I think, almost all of these. The Maca Root helping testosterone and libido and energy and cortisol. Broccoli sprout helping you process that estrogen that can be a bit dominant during the first phase, in particular of perimenopause. Chase tree or Vitex helping your declining progesterone levels, so benefit there. Ashwagandha helping cortisol balance and helping overall hormone balance in general, cortisol, progesterone, estrogen. Anyway, it can be beneficial for hormone balance. Let's look at the next combo, which is interesting. It's called Meno Shred Complex. Shred, making me think this is where they're claiming the weight loss part of it is. Fennel seed extract, berberine, agree with that one. Gymnema, I never remember how to pronounce that. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. So gymnema extract, and then rosemary extract. Let's break that down a bit. So fennel seed I've used for gut health. I haven't used it for weight loss. So don't know a lot about research behind that. I haven't heard of any. Berberine definitely has tons of research behind it for weight loss and blood sugar management and gut health as well. I do use that, and I have a whole video on the benefits of berberine. Gymnema, I have not used either. Rosemary extract, as far as I know, haven't seen it help with weight loss, but I haven't looked at the data on that, and I will throw some notes in here if I can find anything to support that. But it does help with hormone balance. It helps with estrogen breakdown. So a lot of times, as I've talked about in my stages of perimenopause video, you're going to see estrogen dominance. So you're going to see in the first phase of perimenopause your progesterone decline, and then you create this situation of estrogen dominance. And sometimes the estrogen will rise as well, or rise and fall. So rosemary extract doesn't really bring the estrogen down, but it helps you process it better. You can have toxic forms of estrogen that can recirculate and contribute to that estrogen dominance, and rosemary can help with that. And so if I see someone who's having trouble detoxing their estrogen, like on Dutch tests, and I'll put a link to a video in the description about Dutch test. It's a dried urine testing for complete hormone test. It's a urine test. And it helps me with my patients, and it's one of the tests I use all the time, helps me assess their cortisol levels, their estrogen levels, their progesterone levels, their testosterone. And it looks at it in a much more detailed way than a blood test would, in a much more accurate way than a blood test would. And I do use rosemary quite a bit when I see poor estrogen breakdown, when I see toxic estrogen potentially building up, and the Dutch test can show us if that's happening. And then the third blend in here is HM3 Meno Mood Complex that has chamomile extract, American ginseng extract, rhodiola rosea, and that's it. Okay, so I use all of these. Chamomile more so for relaxation, American ginseng to help cortisol balance and energy levels, and rhodiola for the same thing, cortisol balance, energy levels. So I definitely see benefits to that. The other ingredients are just their fillers, which are hypromelose, just another filler you see sometimes, rice hulls, rice extract blend. So all in all, I think that's a great blend. Good ingredients, quality ingredients. There's a couple of them, like I said, I don't use regularly, but I think that could be worth a try. It is a bit expensive at $69.99 for a one-time purchase, and subscribe and save 20% for $55.99. A lot of these, direct-to-consumer supplements that you'll see advertised on social media do have this structure where it's a one-time purchase is more expensive, and then a subscribe and save is cheaper. I have had patients that have started this on their own and have really had good success with symptom management, bloating, mood, sleep, and maybe a little weight loss. I haven't seen, granted I have a smaller group that I'm looking at with my patients, I haven't seen the weight loss that people are describing in the reviews really happen in person. But again, I haven't, started a research study on it with a bunch of people and assessed that controlling for different factors. So there are a lot of good reviews. There are a lot of great reviews on Trustpilot. You can look at that too for Happy Mammoth and see what you think. I do like also, like I said in my supplement video, I do like Femguard Balance has some of these ingredients. It does not have all of them, but you could use Femguard Balance and berberine. When I use berberine, typically I use it at 500 milligrams 2 or 3 times a day with food, but it can lower your blood sugar. So if you already start out with low blood sugar and you start to feel bad on berberine, dizzy, lightheaded, fatigued, might be that blood sugar piece. So you could do your own kind of blend with that Femguard Balance with berberine. I'll put some ideas down below in the description, or you could try this. Like I said, it has a lot of great reviews and it is their best-selling product. I'm going to go on too, so stay tuned. I'm going to look at some of their other products. But if you are looking for more help and support with perimenopause, not only is the channel a resource, but now my colleague and I have started a blog, perimenopause.help. So that's going to be a great resource. Once it gets full and up and running, it is up and running, but it just has a few blogs on there right now. But I'll be putting my videos on there plus extra blogs so that you can read it in writing or posts on this and get more detailed information and cover a lot more topics. So please check that out. We would love your support, and I love your support here, so thank you so much. Let's look now at what else they list on Happy Mammoth as popular bestsellers. So they also have something called Estro Control. So the claims on that are supports estrogen hormone levels, supports hormone levels, relieves symptoms of PMS, relieves symptoms of perimenopause, supports menstrual cycles, promotes skin, bone, and joint health, supports immune function, assists in maintaining cognitive health or brain health, promotes liver function, promotes digestive health, reduces occasional fatigue, and helps manage weight. Great. Wouldn't we all love to achieve all of that, especially in perimenopause? So ingredients wise, we've got vitamin C, and they've got it in a liposomal form, so that's great. That's better absorbed than some of the other forms of vitamin C. We have selenium, low dose selenium, but that's okay. We have milk thistle. Milk thistle is a great detoxer for the liver, so they're on track there. And then a little bit of DIM combined with the milk thistle. We've got phase 2 HM neutralization complex with that broccorafinin, which is broccoli extract, a really concentrated good source of broccoli extract, and acetylcysteine, great detoxer for the liver, alpha lipoic acid, also another good detoxer for the liver, and choline bitartrate. Again, I use that, but I don't really quite know how to pronounce the second part of it sometimes. So that is choline, and that we get in our diet. It is very supportive of the liver as well. And then we have phase 3, which is when they say phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Sorry, my dogs are playing in the background. When we see phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, they're talking about the different phases of detoxification. And so these are very valid ingredients for the different phases or very valid herbs for the different phases of detoxification. So good product there. Phase 3 would be artichoke extract. Again, good for the liver. Burdock extract, so burdock root. So again, good for the liver. So our other ingredients are, again, the hypromelose, bamboo silica, another common one we see, organic rice hull, silicon dioxide, and numag. Those are fine as well. So basically, I would think of this as a detoxer. I don't know that it would necessarily relieve your symptoms of perimenopause. I guess it would if you were having problems detoxing. So like if you did the Dutch test and your detoxification pathways were blocked, yeah. If your liver's showing strain, if you have like metabolic syndrome, potentially could help with that. And if you're like recirculating that toxic estrogen, it can help with that. But I don't know about managing weight necessarily. I'd have to see it work, and I haven't really, I use these ingredients quite a bit, not necessarily in this blend. I haven't quite seen weight loss from that. But again, there's a lot of reviews on these products that say people are having weight loss, so potentially. I still think the first one that I mentioned, the Hormone Harmony, may be better for that. And then they also have some various urine and like bladder health blends with cranberry and probiotics. That one is called Venus Vital. They have Hormone Harmony Plus. Let's look at the difference with that. So the Hormone Harmony Plus looks like it's just something to be added to Hormone Harmony. It's not a replacement for it and not a boost up of it. It just has vitamin D and inositol and pomegranate extract, which pomegranate extract can be very good for detoxifying toxic estrogen, helping your hormones, helping your liver. So I prefer people eat pomegranate seeds or arils, but you know, when it's in a supplement form, it can be very concentrated. And inositol it can be very helpful for hormone balance also. And those are the most popular ones, I think, from what I've recognized. From what I've noticed from reviews and everything. But if you are using some of their products and you find another one that you really like, please let me know in the comments, and we'll talk about that, or we'll discuss it in the comments. And thanks so much for watching. Be sure to check out the blog at perimenopause.help and check out the description for the supplements I use most commonly in perimenopause. And I'll put a link in there to how you can find Happy Mammoth. And let me know any questions or comments you have down in the comments. And thanks so much for being here. We'll see you next time.